The sky was burning. The clouds red with twisted fire. Lightning moving across them. And they descended upon everything. Like a furious battle between God and Satan, good and evil. Like a fire vortex.
What is up, everyone? Welcome on in to the final match of the SGL Championship League campaign. This is the only Mazar. I'm going to be commentating this match for you all tonight between Los Verdes and Axon Rose. And folks, both teams are in. We're just about ready to go, so we're going to jump right into this match. I will say I apologize for the late start and for the late kickoff for both players. We are going to be ready to go right about now. So whilst we wait for both teams to join, both teams really have nothing to play for right now. So this is just for bragging rights. I guess there's a little bit more at stake for Axon Rose because they want to get their first match win of the season. And for Los Verdes, another win to cap off what has been a better campaign for them compared to last season. And here we go, game one kicking off between Los Verdes and Axon Rose in Manfield. For those of you who are in chat, I see Arglis and Pico David. Hold on a second right there. Hophead had an open net, but he misses. Second shot towards the far post. Stringer follows it up. Just like that, 1-0 to Los Verdes. And that is the start they were looking for in this final match. Yeah, a little bit of instability in the last stream, if you guys remember, when we had Timber's Army and Casey Cauldron. Bacchusmon was out of date because Rocket League had a minor update that got released a little bit afterwards. So Bacchusmon need to catch up. Finally it has, and that's why you're able to see this beautiful overlay constructed by the locals, K-Doughboy, aka KJ. And it's been amazing to see this in use throughout this whole season. And I'm very happy that we've been able to see this, so big shout outs to KJ for this. I think it's been a huge hit. And the thing is that's interesting to see right here is we have no Palace for Los Verdes. And I don't think we'll be able to see him for this final matchup of the season. He is unavailable. He is out. Whereas with Axon Rose, I think this might be the trio as well, unless they have a sub available. That remains to be seen. Trigger going in yet again, getting his second, and Los Verdes' second. Axon Rose a little bit all over the place in the midfield. And then, Cubadubs was trying to cover the near post, but he just got drawn towards the ball. That left a big gap in the middle of the net. Trigger taking advantage of that. 2-0 to Los Verdes, and what a start for them in this game one. Ball's hanging in the middle. Hamburger Herder trying to go for it with his Scarab. He's been playing the Scarab for the past several weeks now. I'm guessing he has taken a liking to it. We like to see some card variety in SGL. We had a bit more in the past, but now players are starting to gravitate more towards the Fennec and Octane, with the occasional Dominus or Masamune showing up. So it's good to see something as radical as the Scarab on display right here. Oh, big 50 by Devin on the left flank, and he gets Los Verdes' third. And this is going out of hand for Axon Rose. Los Verdes aren't even pushing themselves, and they're still having an easy time finding the back of the net. Looking pretty comfortable right here. Shout outs to Devin, who has been one of the most improved players in SGL this season. Looking really, really good. And it wouldn't surprise me if he eventually becomes Los Verdes' best player, depending on how his trajectory is. Rather on Axon Rose's side, you have Hamburger Herder, who has been the standout player and has improved as the season has progressed, as well as Darkshade. Although he's not playing right now in this game one, he has also improved throughout the season. AGD Delight, the only veteran presence in this team, by the way, having played for Timber's Army over the past couple of seasons. He's having a bit of trouble making that save. The ball bounces off of the post. Devin is there to follow it up yet again. Another relatively easy goal for Los Verdes, and it's 4-0. We're not even in the second half yet. Arglis reminding me about Caesar's Lightning McQueen, saying, Lightning McQueen too, can't forget our GOAT Caesar. Good shout. I did forget about the Lightning McQueen from Caesar, and he made that look really good as well, so. You know, it's not like he had much trouble with that car. Bouncing clearance by Devin into the midfield. Hophead, Devin's father, trying to follow it up, lets it go. And now Devin tries to take a shot on goal, meets with AGD Delight. 50 and the ball's been loose. No one's really hitting it. Cubadubs just pops it up, and Hamburger Herder, aka Travon, finally follows it up. Now AGD Delight needs to take care of this. He does so, pitches off of Cubadubs, big clears to the other end. But Devin should have time to follow up. He does not get the touch. The ball's loose in the middle. Cubadubs does not have any boost, though, to get on the end of that. And Los Verdes clear it out. Much better, though, from Axon Rose. They struggled for most of this game to really, create a good chance. Had one good moment right there, but now they need to defend yet again. Another big clearance out to the other end. This could be going in towards the back of the net. Cubadubs tried to follow it up. Good positioning, a good read from him. He just cannot get the final touch. And now Trigger trying to dribble it out. But Hophead now needs to take care of this. Open net. Hamburger Herder misses. That was an open net for him. He was not ready for that. Cubadubs following it up. Good save by Trigger off the near post, but the net is still open. Cross it to the middle by AGD Delight. Met by the Los Verdes defense. Now Devin, air dribbles, but he does not get the second touch. He has to bring it down. Gets a 50. Hophead heads into the middle. Devin, soloing it in, pops it up, tries to go for a bump, which is why the goalkeeper at the back decided not to really do anything there. I mean, he was in trouble the moment Devin was advancing. AG Delight saying, yeah, I'm going to bail out. 5-0 to Los Verdes, and I think this game one is in the bag for them. Argo saying that trail on the Scarab has to be annoying. I've heard worse and seen worse, so you get used to it all. Cubadubs off the backboard, following up with his own shot off of the post yet again. AG Delight also trying to go for a power shot, and now Hamburger Herder trying to go for his own effort. Cannot really get a powerful enough hit. Los Verdes are able to see this off as once again Devin dribbling it out, 50s it away. Hamburger Herder to the left flank. On the wall. Gets one touch, dodges away. Tries to go for a bump, but there's no one to bump. Cubadubs, nice 50 right there. He needs to do it once again. Far away though. AGD Delight off the corner. Devin, slow touch, keeping it close. Trigger clearing it out. Hophead misses. Can we see a consolation goal? One for the show. No, we do not. The ball touches the ground. Los Verdes win game one with 5 goals and a clean sheet. Zion, thank you very much for the raid, man. Welcome back. How you been? I'm guessing you were hosting and streaming another game, right? For the competition you're involved in? Hell yeah, that's good to hear, Zion. Devin in chat saying, I would sum myself up, but this is all we have, in response to Argos calling out Los Verdes for hating fun, quote unquote. So, Devin confirms this is their 3. They have no one else. Well, and I don't think Axon Rose has a sub either, otherwise they probably would have made one. Birdnana, good to see you, man. Yeah, I know you joined late, but I also kind of started late, so that's on me. But you know what? Better late than never. We're getting this match streamed out. Final match of the SGL Championship League campaign. For both teams, they really have nothing much to play for except for pride and bragging rights and my great game crash. So, nice. Very nice. Oh, joy. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Did not want to see that, but, Rocket League, yay. So if you're not hearing anything, that's because the game crashed, and I rely on the music from the game, because they have a streamer mode to prevent copyrighted music from playing, and if, you're able to hear the music back in the VODs and in the YouTube videos, that's why. Playboy Farty calling for Arglis to join the match, because he is in the chat. All right, we are back. Just give me 1 sec to join the lobby and get back into streaming this matchup. And I think I know why. Hold on. All right, both teams are joining in. Still waiting for one more. Op-Ed? We might have to restart. Oh, no, they're in. Here we go. Game 2 begins. Thank goodness. Start here from Axe and Rose. Hamburger Herder keeping up the pressure. When you get a good kickoff in Rocket League, you're able to get yourself going and, you know, build up the pressure. But Axe and Rose, unfortunately, decided to drop back really deep, and that invites Los Verdes into the midfield. And that's how you start to lose control. When you drop back almost instantly, you allow the opposition to take control of the midfield. And now Devin has it in the middle. Beats one. Bigs it up. Flicks it up now. Someone needs to follow this up. Devin's still there by himself as Trigger got demoed and Hophead decided to hang back. And if you're in a 2v3 situation, you might as well play pragmatic. Oh, AG Delight with a shot attempt off target. This ball's going in. Kubadubs gets the first goal for Axe and Rose. What a start for the team that supports Portland Timbers in MLS. And I want to answer a couple of questions from Xeon in the chat. First of all, he was saying, yes, sir, a couple of qualifiers for his own 1v1 tourney today. Heck yeah, hopefully those games went well. And then he asked, which division is this? This is the championship division. So the championship division is a lower division. It's our second tier. So we have a premier tier and a championship tier. In the premier tier, all ranks are allowed, but typically you get to see a lot of champs and some grand champs in there. Maybe the rare, diamond, or lower. Oh, the ball, Kubadubs gets in second! If you guys remember, Game 1 went to Los Verdes 5-0, and now Axe and Rose are up 2-0 already. What a follow-up by Axe and Rose. Los Verdes are in a really rough spot now. How are they going to be able to respond to this? Devin, oh, he gets faked out right there. And now he needs to go back. Trigger, trying to follow it up. Devin cuts, keeps the pressure up. Hophead needs to get involved now as both of his teammates are going back. Nice 50 once again by Kubadubs. Those two goals are helping him become way more confident and the self-belief is starting to show right now. Finish up answering Xeon's question about what division is this. So this is the second tier. Over here, we have teams that are of a lower skill level. So you won't see, you know, a lot of high-level players, but you'll still see a few champs here and there. This division mostly consists of diamonds, plats, golds, and such. This is why the level of play isn't as high, but still seeing some decent action right here. AGD Delight, though, I think he might have crashed because he is not responding right now. And Devin has also paused. Okay, AGD Delight has lost connection. That is not good. I think he's playing on the Xbox. Not that it matters, though, because Hamburger Herder gets the third for Axe and Rose. Hophead having to turn around. Trigger just hanging back, but not able to get to the ball on time. Axe and Rose, after being down 5-0 in Game 1, are now 3-0 up in what feels like a mirror match going in the opposite direction. If you guys are reading chat, Devin is calling for a 2v2 till he's back. So Devin is still going to stay on the field, but he's just not participating. So it's a 2v2 involving Hophead and Trigger. Devin's just there as a spectator. Hamburger Herder popping it up. Kubadubs trying to follow it up and get his hat trick. He does not, though. Unfortunate for him. Now Hophead brings it up. Kubadubs having to get it off the backboard, but that is not a good enough clearance. And Trigger gets the first goal for Los Verdes in this game, too. That is an unfortunate error by Kubadubs. I can see what he was trying to do, but without the power, it becomes a bit of a struggle because once you get it off the backboard, if you have no one following it up, the opposition's typically going to be there. Now Devin's back because AG Delight is back. And now Hophead missing his shot, but he's able to follow this up. Can he get a second touch off the backboard? Doesn't matter. His son, Devin, comes in and gets Los Verdes a second. And just like that, Los Verdes are back in this game too. So for those of you who just came in via Xeon's raid, yes, we do have a father-son duo playing for Los Verdes, Hophead and Devin. Hophead is the dad, Devin is the son, and they've been doing this for a couple of seasons, by the way, so it's good to see a father-son duo get involved like this. And this is not the only family connection getting involved in SGL. We also have a trio of brothers who play for Steel Army. Oh my goodness! Axe and Rose could have extended their lead back to 2, but they get that off of the post. And now a pinch shot from Hamburger Herder off of AGD Delight. Ball's loose in the middle. AGD trying to get that shot off, gets 50. Now needs to go back. Los Verdes barely hold on right there, but they're again on the back foot, and this has gone in a completely different direction compared to game 1. Axe and Rose playing with way more confidence and self-belief. Los Verdes, on the other hand, looking a little slower and tentative. Speaking of which, Hophead just letting this ball advance before he decides to go for it. Loose. AG Delight takes over. Can he get a double tap? He cannot, but he was close. Oh my goodness, Hamburger Herder follows up and gets his second. Both he and Cubba Dubs are on a hat trick. Hophead missing at that critical moment, and Axe and Rose with 49 seconds to go are up 4-2. Can they hold on to get this game 2 win? Chat's starting to pop off, especially when Axe and Rose start to do well. Good to see you in the chat, Nelly. And Wreck-It Ruth, good to see you as well. I mispronounced that. It's not Wreck-It Ruth, it's Wreck-It Routh. Anyways, Hophead over Cubba Dubs. He still has it with 100 boost. Oh, but that 50 works in the favor of Axe and Rose. Cubba Dubs, can he follow up? No, he's going to let it go for Hamburger Herder, who gets his hat trick and who seals the deal in this game 2. 5-2 to Axe and Rose. Just as a reminder, chat, both teams are playing for bragging rights. This is the final match of the SGL Championship League campaign. We already have our league champions. Congratulations to BNG Old Timers of Los Angeles FC. For these two teams, it's all about who can get the final win in this league campaign, and for both of these teams, their final matches of this season. Oh, Devin wanted to get an own goal. Misses, and Axe and Rose seal the deal, get the win in game 2, and folks, we are back on level terms in this matchup. 1-1, the perfect response for Axe and Rose of Portland Timbers against Los Verdes of Austin FC. Playboy Farty enjoying this, as he prefers to see Los Verdes of FC Dallas's rivals, Austin FC, losing. Devin responded to something, a request from Playboy Farty to see if Arglis can play for Los Verdes, and Devin is saying that Arglis has claimed that he is unable to make it for tonight's matchup, despite being present in chat. Anyways, moving on. For Axe and Rose and Los Verdes, this is the trio. These are the trios. You're not going to see any subs. These are the three who will be playing both matches. So they have to make it work out. Another game crash. I apologize. Rocket League just does not like me right now. Gotta love this game. This recent update, man, has been something else. We see cars disappearing, then they try to patch that, and now we're seeing an unstable game. First, AGD Delight crashed, and now I'm crashing. Twice, for that matter. Twice. Gotta love it. Oh, so AGD Delight didn't crash. Inside info, by the way. His circuit breaker flipped. Joy. Well, on the bright side, at least he was able to make it back in time. But that does suck to see. I feel like I might know why I'm crashing, but I'm gonna give this one more go in the hopes that it all works out. Yeah, no, I apologize. I apologize. I'm the only one commenting, but I'm also trying to manage the matchup. So if I'm silent, that's why. Anyways, chat, let me know how this matchup has gone for you guys. I know a bunch of you here are in support of your fellow Cascadia, players in Axe and Rose. And I guess no one's really here to support Los Verdes. So, yeah, this is an away game essentially for Los Verdes when it comes to this chat. All right, both teams are joining in, and we are heading in to the 10th anniversary edition of DFH Stadium. So, chat, enjoy Shogun in the arena once we get started.
3, 2, 1, go!
I hope you guys are able to hear that, because some people complained about not being able to hear this earlier. Here we go, though. Axe and Rose on the back foot. Los Verdes trying to get that early goal. Everyone's up for Los Verdes. Devin trying to get it out of the backboard. He's going to try and follow up, but he misses. Trigger trying to cut and take over. Hophead not getting the memo. And now Trigger needs to go back. Devin helps out. Devin can get the 100 boost, and now he can regain control. Nice interference there by AGD Delight. Ball loose in the middle. Covenant's trying to get the first goal, but he cannot. Devin pops it up. Someone from Los Verdes needs to follow up. Trigger misses. Hophead's going to hang back. Smart decision from him. Got to be pragmatic. You don't want to concede the first goal again like you did in game 2. Cubadubs with a big miss, but AG Delight follows up. Cubadubs is in a good position to get that 50. Los Verdes, they're not looking as solid and confident as they were in game 1. They're looking a little shaky, a little tentative. And that's resulting in them just kind of booming the ball away rather than keeping control. With that said, though, in the couple of moments where we see Devin in this situation dribble it out, AG Delight and co have had a bunch of good 50s to take that possession away from Los Verdes. And it's up to Hophead and Trigger to try and follow that up, but so far they've not been able to do that. Axe and Rose have been able to take advantage of that, and now you're seeing them on the front foot. This ball's going in towards the net. Devin using the last of his boost in the tank to get that away from the goal and finally clearing it out. Only up to the midfield, though. Hamburger Herder bailing out, trying to get that corner boost. Smart choice to steal that, but Cubadubs is stuck in no man's land. And that ball now goes into the Orjet. Huge 50. Ball's loose in the middle. No one from Axe and Rose or Los Verdes going for that. But finally we see some action. And now Devin following it up twice. Ball's loose in the middle. Devin going for the final touch. Trying to take care of it on his own. And Los Verdes get the lead. Big solo effort there. Hophead trying to come in and get involved, but he didn't need to because Devin had that under control. Good solo play off of the side wall and corner. Los Verdes have the lead, but Axe and Rose are not going to give this up without a fight. Hamburger Herder off the ceiling, off the middle. AGD Delight not able to make it on time, but able to get a touch off of that effort. Cubadubs now having to get back and defend. AGD Delight recovers and now brings it forward himself. Oh, is he going to go off the ceiling? Is he going to tap off the ceiling? That would have been absolutely mind-blowing if he was able to get that. Insane effort right there. He really wanted to go for that, and he was so close. Ball's in the midfield now. Hamburger Herder inspiring this this Axe and Rose team against Los Verdes, as well as AGD Delight. Starting to see some more confidence in show when they start to go for more difficult efforts. Another good 50 right there. They are keeping this pressure up. They're being relentless. Hamburger Herder now coming up. This ball is going to bounce off the backboard. He gets a second touch. No power, not even on target. Devin gets it out. But this Los Verdes team is pinned back, chat. And this is insane to see. It's also insane to see is Alice in chat coming in finally, showing support for his boys. As the arena goes really quiet right now, we're not seeing too many shots on net. We are seeing a good bit of pressure, though, from Axe and Rose. LV decided to hang back and just defend. And that's worked out for them so far. And now they have a chance to get a goal right here. Trigger bailing out, trying to follow up, but he had to go from a stopping position. Wasn't really able to get that momentum to get to the ball on time. Now Devin going for it, fast and powerful. Gets a 50, dumped AGD Delight, but the ball cannot go towards the net. And now it's Axon Rose's turn to follow up. Cubadubs lets it go. Ball's loose. Devin beats AGD Delight, beats Hamburger Herder, and Devin gets the second for Los Verdes. He did it all by himself in the first goal. He did it all by himself in the second goal as well. And right now, it's thanks to Devin that Los Verdes lead 2-0 in this critical game 3. Oh, and Hamburger Herder gets one back instantly. Good kickoff right there for Axon Rose. AG Delight off the corner. Hamburger Herder waiting right in the middle. Devin trying to get back there on time, but he was all by himself. Couldn't do enough against Cubadubs and Hamburger Herder. 2-1 to Los Verdes, but we might be able to see an equalizer here very soon. Why busy in chat? Welcome on in. You're looking for the Discord link. We don't have any public Discord invites right now. If you want, we can DM one to you afterwards if that's fine. 30 seconds to go. Finally, we get to hear Shogun. He's been very quiet. I guess that's one of the issues in this map. Sometimes you don't get to hear Shogun as much. But what we are seeing is Axon Rose going to this game 3. Ball's loose in the middle. Devin pops it up. Big demo on Hamburger Herder. AG Delight needs to take over. As Shogun counts us down. Ball deep. Hamburger Herder coming up. He does not get the critical touch, but it's not over yet. Oh no. AGD Delight didn't have the boost to quickly get out to that. And Los Verdes win this game 2-1 to go 2-1 up in the match. It's incredible to see Axon Rose play this well against this good a team in Los Verdes. I mean, you know, these guys, Devin and Trigga, have been getting better and better. Trigga is a diamond. Hophead is the worst. I think he's still a gold or plat. Maybe a plat. Devin, though, has been on the up. Breaking into champ this season. In champ 3. Trying to break into grand champ as well. And you're starting to see the most experienced and best players take over. Devin with 544 points. HG Delight with 383. Both of them have been doing a lot of work and have been the key to their sides taking the initiative. All right, hopefully my game doesn't crash right here. Hopefully. It crashed again. Okay, I know what's up. I know what's going on now. All right. All right, I think I know why. It's the darn Alpha console. So the game got updated. Bacchus Mod released an update to be compatible with the latest update. Alpha console, however, did not get updated. And that's why we're in this situation. I'm not going to use Alpha console. So if you guys are wondering how I got that SGL ball skin, it's because of Alpha console. But the problem now is Alpha console's not up to date, so it's crashing the game every time we go from one game to another. Yeah, the game is broken, Luis, and welcome on into the chat, dude. Okay, we're in. Los Verdes is on match point. Axon Rose, though, can take us to Champions Field if they can win this. Both teams are now going in slowly but surely. No subs once again. These are the trios that you see on the scoreboard right now. And here we go. Match point for Los Verdes. Utopia Coliseum kicking off. Will Los Verdes seal the deal and get the win in the final match of their season? Or will Axon Rose keep this going and take us to Champions Field one last time for both of these sides? Alice in chat say, good lord, I just noticed Devin score. Yep, Devin's been taking over, especially recently. But we're also starting to see Axe and Rose come up and take the initiative. Good pass right there, coming Dubs. And AG Delight going in together. AG Delight gets the final touch, gets the goal for Axe and Rose. 1-0. What a start for Axe and Rose. If you want to win a game, you got to get the first goal. That's how it's been in this matchup. The team that got the first goal won the game. Oh, but a quick equalizer attempt there by Trigger. And a big save by Axe and Rose. But it's not over yet. This ball is in front of the goal. And somehow, some way, Axe and Rose get away with it. Oh my God. That is incredible to see. They barely held on there. Los Verdes not able to get it into the back of the net somehow, but they have another opportunity. Hophead missing. Trigger. Oh my God, that's not a good touch. He needs to go back. Cubadubs has the boost. Can he get to it? No, he lets Devin get the first touch. Good cross there by Cubadubs. Hamburger Herder, though, was too close. He was not able to recover. Oh, shot attempt. Hamburger Herder with the second for Axe and Rose. 2-0. Herder getting no resistance there from Hophead. Devin not expecting the shot and staying rooted in front of the goal. And Axe and Rose have a 2-0 lead just like that. And we finally see Axe and Rose get the first win. And we might, if we see insane saves like that, like Hamburger Herder right there. Chat, clip that. That is an insane save. Oh no, Devin and Hophead crossing wires yet again. Hophead now trying to go back. He misses the 100 boost. Cubadubs trying to get it off of the backboard. It's floating. Hamburger Herder hitting it off of the backboard himself. AG Delight choosing to stay back. Devin missing the flip reset. And now Axe and Rose are back at it again. Hophead off the wall to Devin, who lets it go to the left flank, but he's not able to follow that up. Trigger trying to pass to Devin, but he has no boost. He needs to go back. Falls up with his own 50, and the ball goes right to the opposite side. Again, ball's in the midfield. Can Los Verdes take control? Shot attempt. Devin following up. 2-1. That is how you respond when you go down 2-0. You get a quick goal. Devin once again doing it on his own, popping it up, passing it to himself, and putting it into the back of the net. This has been the Devin show in these past two games. And pals, if you're wondering how Devin's getting those high scores, this is how. HG Delight off the corner. Oh, but that bounce is not kind to Hamburger Herder. He needs to go back. Cubadub's trying to follow up. He is beaten. HG Delight, good job right there, following it up, preventing Devin from taking control. And a big win by Hamburger Herder. This ball's on the opposite end, but he gets Devin. Oh, no, he wins. Somebody hit the ball. Devin finally does it. Los Verdes get away with that. That should have been 3-1. Devin doing all he can to will this Los Verdes side back into this match to help them get the equalizer. Trigger with a big miss. Devin cutting, getting this 50. Oh, he had the chance to follow up, but Cubadubs gets out right on time. Hophead not looking comfortable on the wall, choosing to bring it down. Pops it up to Hamburger Herder, who passes it to Cubadubs. Cubadubs beats one on the corner. Has to beat Devin. Nice 50. Perfect placement. But AG Delight did not have the boost to follow up. He chooses to keep that going. Cuts. Lets it go to Hamburger Herder. Off the backboard. Cubadubs though is all the way back, so Hamburger Herder cuts it, takes care of it himself. And Los Verdes are on the back foot once again. It seems like the only good moments come when Devin is heavily involved. Trigger has been struggling. Hophead has barely gotten a good touch. This is his first good contribution in a while. I hate to say this, but Hophead has really struggled in this matchup in what is Los Verdes' final match this season. And could this mean that we get to see Game 5? Devin off target. Oh my goodness, a demo. Open net. Engineer Delight gets the third, and the 2-goal lead is back for Axe and Rose. What an incredible play right there. Axe and Rose have been looking for those moments, those opportunities where they could get that pinch shot or that little quick ricochet off of one player to another. And that works out perfectly, especially with the demo at the end. 1 minute to go. Los Verdes are in trouble. They are 2 goals down, and they are struggling to get any chances in. So far, they've only had their good moments when Devin's been involved, but now they need Trigger and Hophead to step up, because all of Axe and Rose have stepped up for sure. We're now going to enter the final 30 seconds very soon. Now is the time for Los Verdes to score. Shot right there from Devin. Hamburger Herder clears it out. Trigger plays it right to Axe and Rose. Hophead looking awkward. Devin bumping his own father into that. 50 in the midfield. Big demo by Devin. Trigger though misses yet again. Devin doing it on his own. What? Equalizer is on the cusp. I'm sorry I jumped the gun right there. That play was absolutely insane. But Devin does it all by himself yet again. 13 seconds to go. Los Verdes are 1-0 down. This kickoff is critical. Who is going to win this kickoff? Oh, big win by AG Delight. Devin with 0 boost. He cannot keep control. And the ball's not going towards the other goal. Are we going to see game 5? Can Axe and Rose hold on? They might, you know. The ball's still up, though. Hophead pops it up. Devin does not want to clear it away. He wants to dribble this. Trigger keeps it going. Devin with 0 boost. He has no choice but to follow along and pop it up. Good 50 right there. And folks, in the last SGL Championship League match this season, we are going to Champions Field. What drama. What absolutely incredible drama. And dare I say it, chat. Absolute cinema. Somehow, some way, Axe and Rose have found themselves back into this matchup. The whole team stepping up, playing a big part. Big efforts right there by Hamburger Herder and AGD Delight. Look at that scoreboard. I think that tells the story. Devin trying to will his team into a victory, but he cannot do it by himself against a team that is playing like a set of players greater than the sum of their parts. Might we see the first win for Axe and Rose this season? Can it be done? Here's hoping for those of us who want to see them get a win. And I said, Chapsu, I forgot to change the arena. We're going to be stuck in Utopia Coliseum. My mistake, chat. That's on me. I got too excited with commentary. We're still in Utopia for this, but imagine this is Champions Field. Here we go. Game 5 between Axe and Rose and Los Verdes. Hamburger Herder. Nice follow-up right there. They've been doing a great job. Whenever the ball has been played back to them, instead of hitting it too far away, they've taken nice touches to keep it in their control or to play it into a teammate, or just effectively clearing it up so high that Los Verdes need to backtrack and go all the way back to their own goal. Oh, there's an opportunity, though, for Los Verdes. Trigger to Devin, and Los Verdes get the first goal. Great pass out by Trigger. Devin going right in, fast and strong, and getting a nice bounce shot to the opposite corner. 1-0 to Los Verdes in this game 5. And if you guys remember, chat, whichever team got the first goal was able to win the match, but Axe and Rose want to break that trend, and they do so with a quick fire kickoff goal. We are back on level terms. 1-1 between Los Verdes and Axe and Rose, courtesy of AGD Delight. Oh, what an effort! AGD Delight could have had a second, but a huge save from Los Verdes keeps this at 1-1, and now Devin trying to follow it up, but he misses that penultimate touch. And now Hophead plays it out to the wide area. That allows Devin to get back and take control. Off the sidewalk, but he does not get a big touch. And Dubs gets bumped away. And he bumps his own teammate as a result. Hamburger Herder, though, able to follow it up. Nice 50 on Trigger. He needs to follow up yet again. Hophead, though, beats him. But the ball is loose. Devin saying, screw this. I'm going to go for this. 2 touches off the backboard. Open net. Trigger. 2-1. What an insane Game 5 this has been already. We're seeing an incredible end to this matchup. Los Verdes and Axon Rose putting it all on the line. Both teams playing with no fear. We're finally starting to see Trigger get the key touches and not get those whiffs. And they're choosing to keep Hophead back, which I guess works just fine. Trigger and Devin going up and piling the pressure on Axon Rose has been working well for them so far. We'll see if they keep this going. Devin cannot get a solid touch. Hamburger Herder, though, has 0 boost. He's getting bumped away for his trouble, but that bump works in his favor. And now Dubs off the corner. Hamburger Herder, big double. Dubs equalizer, but he has Hamburger Herder to thank for that. Incredible bit of improvisation. Incredible play. Trigger had no chance. My goodness, in 2 minutes we've seen 4 goals, 2-2, just like in this matchup. Nothing to separate both of these teams in this Game 5. Absolutely incredible game right here, by the way. They're unfazed by the fact they're not playing at Champions Field. They're treating this like a proper Game 5 for sure. Another demo yet again. Nice catch, but AG Delight getting pressured instantly by Devin. Hophead trying to get a touch. He misses. Devin with a soft touch, but he's not able to keep it close enough, so he has to hang back. Trigger onto the wall. AG Delight, nice first touch. Dodges the bump. Hophead, can he follow this up? Oh, he might, but he does not get a solid enough contact, and the ball is now going to the opposite end. Dubs off the corner. This ball is loose. Hamburger Herder not able to get it on target. Tries to play it off the opposite corner to AGD Delight, who gets beaten. Now Devin on his own. With what little boost he could use, he cannot beat Dubs, though, who was able to see this off until this next attack. Trying to be kicked off by Trigger, but AGD Delight does a good job. And now we're at the other end already. End-to-end Rocket League. AGD Delight finishes off what he started, and Axon Rose take the lead. We're this close to Axon Rose's first win of the season, chat. Less than 2 minutes to go. Axon Rose lead 3-2 in Game 5. Might they finish this match off with a win? Los Verdes, you'd think this would be a formality for them, but they're struggling without Palace. Devin trying to do all he can. He misses yet again with 0 boost. Hophead having to turn around to face this. Whip. Hamburger Herder cannot get a solid touch. Trigger pops it up. Oh my goodness, Devin misses. Hophead, though, clears it out. Final 90 seconds. Can Axon Rose hold on? Can they finally get the first win? Oh, big shot right there. Ball goes in the middle. Dubs misses. Trigger misses. Devin has to clear it out. He has no boost, though, so Trigger needs to take over. But the ball's loose yet again, and it plays right in Axon Rose's hands. They're not able to keep their composure. Speaking of composure, whip from cover. And the ball finally gets cleared out. Devin, oh, he had the boost. He gets the 50. Open into the opposite corner. Devin is Los Verdes. Devin has done it by himself yet again. 64 miles per hour, 103 kilometers per hour on AlexBangersOnly.com radar gun. Absolute cinema. Palace cheering from afar in Illinois. He'd be able to see Los Verdes cap their season off with a win. Not over yet, though. 3-3. Devin playing it into the middle. Trigger having to turn back. But he's not able to get to that ball. Dubs gets to it first. Hamburger Herder, basket to Kuba. Not able to get to it, but he's going to follow it up. Nice right there. Ball's now loose in the middle. Hamburger Herder just decides to hit it. Keep that pressure going. Ball gets pitched to the opposite end. Is there anyone to follow this up? No. Both Axe and Rose players in cover, and Hamburger Herder decide to stay back. As we count down to the final 10 seconds, this is it. Potential winner right there. Big double. We go to overtime. We are absolutely going into overtime. This is how you end your season, chat. 3-3 for both Los Verdes and Axe and Rose. This is their final matchup this season in the league and in the season overall. Who's going to get the game winner? We shall see. Will we see some nervousness from both sides? We winner! Oh, you hate to see it if you're here looking for the first win for Axe and Rose. Hophead, though, after all of his struggles this match, plays the biggest, most important role in overtime, diving into the ball, getting that pinch into the back of the net, and he gets the game winner. Absolute cinema. That's all I have to say. I know I'm spamming that a lot. I know. And it sucks that Devin's not here to see this. And you guys might be getting tired of it. But, chat, if you want to see an entertaining matchup, despite not necessarily seeing high-quality Rocket League, you have tuned in to the perfect stream. And you've been, I mean, both these teams, you know, give them a big round of applause, guys. They have done such a good job. Incredibly entertaining matchup. Awesome gameplay. Axe and Rose were so close. So close. And they did so well. But in the end, Hophead got that one little lucky moment. That's all it takes. Rocket League is a cruel game. I mean, it's an esport, so let me just correct myself. Rocket League is a cruel esport, chat. It's an incredibly cruel esport. You can get unlucky in that one little moment, but that one stroke of bad luck can mean that you lose out on a whole match. You miss out on the chance to get your first win of the season. It is really sad to see Axe and Rose end their season without getting a win, but they've gotten this close against a team this good. Huge round of applause to them. Huge shout outs to Axe and Rose. Those guys have gone so much better, and they've been so good this season. Well done to both of these sides. They absolutely played phenomenal, Devin. And yeah, Luis, that is absolute pain. That really hurt, man. That really hurt. Hopefully, we'll see if either side wants to conduct an interview. I'm trying to catch my breath. If you guys think this is the last bit of action, no. We still have a lot more Rocket League to go for this season in SGL. We still have SGL Premier League action. We still have the SGL Premier Cup going. And we also have the grand final of the SGL Championship Cup all to come. But for the SGL Championship League, this is the perfect way to crown it off. A tight, tense affair, back and forth. A team struggling, but then growing into it. A team starting well, struggling yet again, and then coming out with a win from out of nowhere. Absolutely incredible gameplay. Just beautiful stuff. If you're hearing like little pauses in commentary right now, it's because I'm dealing with administrative matters. I'm the only commentator right now, so just as a heads up, if I'm quiet, that's why. All right, we are gonna get ready with our first interview very soon. We are gonna start with the winners in Los Verdes. We are gonna start with Devin. Welcome on in, dude. How are you feeling? Last match of your season, and you crowned it off with a Game 5 overtime winner. Surely you guys have been, sweating throughout this matchup. How y'all feeling right now?
I mean, there's two sides of me. Part of me's happy I won. The other part of me is kind of sad because honestly, I do like the Axe and Rose team. Like, their players are they're nice and they're good at the game. So I kind of felt bad taking away the win. But overall, I'm just I'm happy, I guess. Honestly,
It's okay, bro. Just
it was
be
a fun
honest.
series.
If you don't feel happy about winning because you wanted Axe and Rose to have their moment, I get it. We all do. But you kept it professional and you got your team a victory. So, props to you for that.
Yeah, honestly, I did want them to win. I'm gonna be honest. It was game 4. The one like game 4 we lost before game 5.
Yeah.
I was like telling my team like I low-key want to go to game 5. I want to see these guys like get a win. I want to see them do well. So yeah, I mean, I'm not just gonna sit back and like let them score 10 goals a game and like win, but I definitely did want to see them get a win because they're a good team.
Yep.
I felt like they did deserve to win this match and probably a few others along the season too. But sometimes things don't go your way, and you just got to deal with it.
Yep. That's fair. And it's kind of interesting. The only other people who wanted to see Los Verdes win were Arglis and Palace in the chat. Everyone else wanted to see Axe and Rose win. Weirdly enough. So, it's not like you're in the minority here. A lot of people wanted to see them win, but I'm glad you kept it professional and your team, made them earn their goals and the results. So props to you for that. But with that said, Devin, there was something you suggested in chat, I think just before we started game 3. You want to talk about that, if you don't mind?
Honestly, yeah, like I suggested to do a 1v1 before that game 3, and like for game 5 at least, I want to do a 1v1 if we made it that far. The reason I suggested that, honestly, it's because of Playboy Farty in the chat. He said like Los Verdes not having enough fun, and that honestly just made me realize like, yeah, I'm just doing too much. Like, I'm not having fun enough. I'm just trying to win. So that kind of made me loosen up. So that's why I suggested it. Like, we should do that. Like, that would seem fun, just to 1v1 to end the series, because it's last game of the season for both teams. Like, doesn't matter who wins. We're not going up or down in the table. Just like, I wanted to have fun. And it's unfortunate we couldn't do that, but I mean, it is what it is. It's a 3v3 after all, not a 1v1. I just thought it would be fun.
I get it. And we could still do one as like a show match, but I don't think it'll be enjoyable right now, because
Yeah.
1-0 at stake, and 2 1v1s aren't that fun unless you're into the game mode. So I get it. With that said, you're seeing Trigger mention it. You've also seen Luis mention it in chat. They're both talking about Palace being usurped by you effectively. And I want to go into that subject, not to rag on Palace, but to talk about your progression as a player overall. You've been on the up and you've been getting better and improving. What would you attribute that to this season?
Free play? I don't know. I just sit in free play a lot. I don't play much ranked. If I play ranked, I either go on a winning streak or I lose a lot. So if I lose, obviously that's not fun, and I just hop off. So I'd honestly just say free play for the most part, because I just sit in free play and I can just do what everybody else does. I just hit the ball around, just kind of mess around, and that's about it. So probably my progression, most of it. Honestly, now that I think about it, a big part of it is free play, but I have to credit Palace for another part of it, because he has got us in to do some replay reviews, which has helped me notice a lot of like errors in my rotations and not taking enough time on things or taking too little time, like hitting the ball downfield for no reason, which is another thing I noticed I did today. Like, I struggled on that a lot. I would win like almost every single one of my 1v1s in front of goal, but if there was like 2 players in front of me, I would get the ball past one, and then I was just like, that's it. Like, I was done. So I would say Palace has helped me a lot as well with getting better, especially in those situations, because it used to be worse. Still is not the greatest, but it's definitely gotten better. So free play and
Absolutely.
Palace, honestly.
Yeah, props to him. You know what? He has coached you. He has played a part in your improvement overall. Trigger, he's trying to big you up though. He's saying in chat, don't let Devin lie. He's been working hard this season to improve. I'm proud of my boy. Thoughts on that message from Trigger?
I mean, I haven't been like forcing myself to play. I kind of just play when I want. When I do feel like playing and like improving and working and stuff, I mean, yeah, I do that. Like, there are some days where I would have like a routine. Like, I think for about a week, there was like a routine I had where I'd like play free play for 30 minutes, do some rings map for like another 20, and then some aiming map, like hit the ball like for 30. Like, there was a week where I did that, and honestly, I think I noticed the most of my improvement then. But it was such a short time span that I don't even think it matters that much over everything else I did. So I have worked a bit, but most of it has just been to playing the game, honestly.
That's fair. Hey, the more time you put into the game, even if it's free play, the better you get. Now, speaking of improvements, I mean, for Los Verdes overall, you guys were looking to go higher up the table and do better in that sense. How do you view Los Verdes' campaign this season? I mean, you guys did finish in third place in the SGL Championship Cup, right? But in the league, I think you're finishing sixth, if I'm not mistaken. Given your sorry, not sixth, like
Yeah.
fifth. But how do you view the season overall for your team?
Honestly, it was a fun season. I enjoyed it a lot. I definitely wish Stroker would play more. My friend James, I wish he would play more, but it's summer. He travels a lot. He's going to Canada on Sunday, and his friend came over, so that's why he wasn't able to play today. But what's the word I'm trying to find? It has been a lot of fun. Um, I like the team that we have. I like how I get to play with my dad too, because a lot of times you don't really get to play much. I'm a very competitive player. He's very casual. We both play Marvel Rivals, but he plays more like he's on console and he plays more casual. But whenever I play Marvel Rivals, I just want to hop into comp, and it's just stuff like that throughout a lot of different games. Uh, I, I'm glad I get to play with my dad. It was enjoyable, as well as Trigger too. He's improved a lot. He's really fun to play with as well. He's willing to take accountability and call people out when they're doing something wrong, and I feel like that's really helpful, rather than just sitting back and be like, "Oh, my bad," for like every mistake. Because honestly, I'm guilty of that. He's really good at being critical, and it's not in a rude way. It's in a nice way as well, and it just helps. I feel like everybody on the team. So it's been a really fun season.
Hey, that's good to hear. I mean, that honesty helps, and it goes a long way, especially when you're trying to improve yourself both individually and as a team. With that said, I want to focus on you and your father because you guys haven't been able to play together too often. So for this, final match, it was good to see you both together. How happy were you when you got to see him get that final match winner?
Honestly, I was shocked. Like I did not expect it from him. Um, I honestly something I do whenever I zone out or whenever I play is I zone out, but then if like the ball is near me or in an open position, I like focus. So I honestly, whenever like he scored that, I didn't know how the ball got to where it got or how it bounced off the roof. I was just ready to tap it in, and after it went in and I saw him score, I was like, I just was happy for him because he didn't score all series. He'd been playing like honestly, he's been playing bad this series. So I was happy to see him get that final goal and to see off the series because that definitely did help him with like his confidence, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, you know what, Devin? You got to see your season off with a win. So congratulations on that. And now I'm going to let you have the floor for the last time this season. So go ahead. Say what you want to say.
Shout out everybody on my team. I kind of said that like throughout this whole interview. Everybody's been doing their part, playing well, getting better. I do want to shout out Axe and Rose. I really do wish I do wish they took the series, honestly. I'm happy we won. I'm even more sad that they didn't win. And that's why it was in, I think, game 1 or 2. I just sat out whenever a GD Delight wasn't playing because I didn't want to like ruin the party. I didn't want to just, 3v2 them. I want to be respectable because I respect their team. I really wish they won this. So, but yeah, so shout out them, shout out my team, just shout out everybody. Honestly, everybody's amazing. So, yeah.
Well said, Devin, and I'm glad you brought up that one moment. That was incredible sportsmanship. I know we've been talking about like top 10, top 5, blah, blah, blah sportsmanship moments, but I think we might have to make a compilation of that because we had a lot of those this season. So that might have to feature in there for sure. So well done to you on that. And GG's, congrats on the final win, and have yourself a good weekend.
You too, man. See you.
See ya. Folks, that was Devin, but we're going to jump right into our second interview. Yes, we do have a second interview coming up. Welcome on in, AGD Delight of Axe and Rose. Dude, we were all cheering for you. Even I was cheering for you in commentary to get that final match win. But that, I'm not going to lie, I'm being very brutally honest. That's one of the worst ways to lose, when you get like a big 50 in the midfield and the ball just ricochets itself into the back of the net. Honestly, you guys didn't deserve to lose that way, but how are you feeling right now, having gone, through all that?
I'm super bummed to be talking to you tonight, Maz, because the plan was to win, and I was gonna let Herder and Kuba Dubs come on here and do a victory interview. But it was a super fun series. We're obviously heartbroken with how it ended. But in the end, we're proud of the way we played. We're really glad we took it to 5, especially after that game 1. And with this being the last match, now all teams are level again. So we're looking forward.
Yeah, it is a sad way to end the season, not gonna lie. So I'm not gonna take too much time in the interview right here, but I do have a few questions to ask. So one of the things I wanted to ask about was that one moment where you got disconnected because your breaker flipped. So I don't know if you noticed, but Los Verdes effectively turned that into a 2v2 because Devin was just taking a step back and letting his teammates play against Kubadubs and Hamburger Herder. So what do you think of that? Like, did that surprise you?
It kind of does a little bit, but you know what? This league has great sportsmanship from top to bottom, so it's not that surprising. So Devin, respect.
And you know what? On that note, he also wanted you to win, so I don't know how you feel about that. Like, he's been mentioning it a whole lot, and he kind of sounded bummed in that interview as well that you guys weren't able to get the win. But he still made you guys work hard, right? So how do you feel, like, having got into this matchup, with effectively nothing to lose, but with that first win in hand? Like, how do you guys view your progression throughout the season?
Yeah, that match was about pride, and before directly answering that, respect to Devin again, because whether he's rooting for us or not, I don't want anybody to just hand it to us. So I'm glad that they pushed us and made us fight. It would have meant a lot less if we weren't being played against at 100%. But yeah, progression of the season, we started off as basically 4 guys that had never played together. 2 of us, 2 of them I haven't even met in real life yet. And we just had to learn from the beginning how to play with each other. And everybody who plays this game knows it takes time. It sometimes takes years to get really in sync with someone. So we're just looking at this first season as it's an expansion season, and we took our licks. But we learned a lot about the league. We learned a lot about each other, and we're looking forward to going into training and putting some dubs on the board next season.
Heck yeah, that's what I like to hear. So does that mean you're gonna run it again with the same roster, or are you gonna look to bring in some new players potentially?
I'm open to maybe bringing in new players, but I'm a firm believer of if you bleed and cry and get hurt with this team, you deserve to be on this team. So we're not gonna dump anyone who wants to come back again next season. Rydog and I have been talking about potential people who want to play or whatever. So I'm absolutely down with the possibility of expanding. But if we don't, that's totally fine because I'm totally confident with these guys on my team.
And you know what? If you keep yourselves together, you're going to get better together, right? So, I mean, speaking of that, all of you have improved significantly throughout the season. What was it that allowed you guys to really improve with this magnitude? Because naturally teams could get better, but you guys jumped from like really struggling to establish yourselves to like firmly taking control of games and putting good teams on the back foot. So what do you credit that major improvement to?
Number 1 is learning each other's communication styles and just working on communications, keeping them up, getting every team that plays together has their own little lexicon of how they use their comms. We worked on refining ours and getting it good. That's number 1. And number 2 is none of us were too proud to listen to coaching from the others. So, if Wiggle's seeing me doing something and he's saying, hey, that's not really helping because, this is what I'm seeing. Cool. Like, tell me. I'm not SSL. Like, you tell me. And everybody on the team has that same mindset. So yeah, it was just being humble, being committed to the team, and keeping comms up.
And we see that too, because you guys have become way better with your rotations and your ability to take control of the midfield. I mean, you guys at Los Verdes pinned back for a lot of that match, especially in games 2 and 4 in particular. Even game 3, like even though you guys lost that, you guys had a lot of control right there. So, with everyone getting better, but also the rest of the league getting better, how do you plan to keep yourselves in pace and potentially exceeding that pace?
Keep training up, keep playing together, keep playing competitive threes because, you're not going to get better just playing casual all the time. And yeah, we're just going to keep each other accountable and just grow as a team.
Right, so I'm going to follow up with a couple of different questions now because I don't want to take too much more of your time right here. First of all, Hamburger Herder, Wiggle, Travad going with the Scarab to end the season off. I think pretty much in the second half of the season, he was exclusively using the Scarab. Are we going to see him continue to use that, or is he going to change it up for next season?
Oh, that man is a loose cannon. If I try to predict anything he's going to do, I am going to be dead wrong. So I'm sure he's just going to find the next goofy ass preset that he can come up with and be like, yep, I'm running this. And that's one of the reasons I love the guy.
Hey, you know what? I'm a fan of unconventional and radical presets because I'm that same dude as well. So I'm happy to see him try out different things. We love that variety in SGL too, especially this season. We've seen quite a bit of variety coming from different players. Next question though. So this is outside of you. This is the first season for everyone in SGL, and I know you guys have learned a lot of lessons along the way. But how would you evaluate the season in terms of your overall enjoyment? Like, how'd you feel playing in SGL this season for the first time?
If we're talking enjoyment, I'm not going to lie. The first half of the season was a little rough and disheartening. But as I think everybody watching saw us grow and develop, it became more fun as we went. And like I've started this off with that last series, even though we lost and it was a bummer, it was so much fun to play. So yeah, it was a grind, and there were moments where I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep doing this or not. But once, even though the results didn't come, the play and the gelling together did start to come, and that's like, okay, yeah, this is getting fun. And next season is not going to look anything like this season, so it's all up from here.
Yeah, you're not the only one saying that. Devin's saying the same thing in chat. He said, I believe you guys will do so much better next season. You have the quality. And that you guys do. You guys have the potential to get so much better. So with that said, who do you think your main three is going to be going forward next season? Because I think you and Wiggle have sealed the deal for the first two spots. But what about that third spot? Like, Dark Shades look good. Cubadubs has had good moments as well. Who do you think will take that third spot for your team?
If we're talking these four, sorry, Dubs, I think it is still Dark Shade. There's just me. I like to go back and watch our replays after and look at them from everyone's perspective. And I think from what I've noticed of Cubadubs and Dark Shade, the tweaks to Dark Shade's game I want to talk to him about are just a little bit easier to correct, quicker to get there. I'm totally stoked to work with both of them and everyone as a team and get Dubs, even more up to our level than he started the season with. But I think Dark Shade is closer right now.
Well, I appreciate the open and honest answer right here. Thank you for that insight as well. We look forward to seeing you guys play next season. I'm going to leave the floor to you, though, for the last time. Delight, go ahead.
Thank you for letting us come in and ruffle some feathers and start some stuff this season. We had a blast. We're looking forward to next season, and nobody better sleep on us when the next season starts.
We cannot wait, dude. We are so looking forward to that. Thank you very much. Despite the loss, you guys made an incredible impression. You guys probably have a few new fans rooting for you for next season and beyond. Take care, Delight. Have a good night, dude.
Thank you. Good night, Maz.
There you have it, chat. Final matchup of the season done. And you know what that means? Let us take a quick look at the schedule for the final set of results in this match day. So on the right side, you have your final set of results. We had EM Big Dogs face Steel Army. EC Defiance face off against BNG Old Timers before Los Verdes faced off against Axe and Rose. Steel Army saw off EM Big Dogs, winning 3-1. Unfortunately, though, that was not enough for them because BNG Old Timers swept EC Defiance, and that result meant that they were able to win the league title and be your SGL Championship League winners for this season. And of course, Los Verdes versus Axe and Rose capped it off with an incredibly awesome, beautiful match for us. And just to confirm the final standings right here, I did say, oh, Los Verdes might have finished 5th, but with that win, they usurp EM Big Dogs into 4th. Playboy Party with egg on his face in the chat tonight. EM Big Dogs, despite having a better win percentage and an extra matchup win, have not been able to get into that 20-point mark. Los Verdes, though, have gone a lot of 3-2s, and that means they are finishing above EM Big Dogs in 4th with 20 points. There you have it. As for the rest of the table, BLG Old Timers finishing up in 1st place, 2 points ahead of Steel Army. That one big matchup between Steel Army and BLG Old Timers, where the BLG Old Timers team won, that was critical, and I think that probably sealed the deal for BLG Old Timers in the league. EC Defiance, they were in contention. They were, at the pace, but then BLG Old Timers and Steel Army, they blew by at the end. EC Defiance tried to play spoiler, but unfortunately we're just not able to get it done against BLG Old Timers. Los Verdes and EM Big Dogs had some big results. They didn't really necessarily get as many wins as they probably wanted, given the quality in their team, but they also had a lot of new players come in, so that also plays a part. And you have Axon Rose, first time ever, a lot of new players. AG Delight, the only veteran. Getting 7 points is a good effort, despite not winning a single match. That is really good. That's 7 game wins in a season where they're facing off against teams that have played in the past. That's really good. Props to them for that. And that about wraps it up for the SGL Championship League campaign. I did say we have one more championship matchup remaining, and that is in the Championship Cup, your grand final between BNG Old Timers and Steel Army. That is going to be held next week. Don't miss out on this. This is going to be an absolute banger of a matchup between 2 top teams. Will Steel Army finally get their championship after being in SGL since Season 1? Or will BNG Old Timers complete the double in the championship tier? Christian saying on West servers? Nah, this is in Central. In the Cup, if both teams don't agree on a region, it's going to go to Central. So this whole matchup is going to be on Central. Luis in chat talking about the league results. How does BNG Old Timers have fewer points? Well, that's because they didn't get as many game wins. Los Verdes had more game wins despite not winning as many matches. Winning the one game and those 2 games helps. They add up. That's why winning every game matters, chat. Christian, the winners final would only have the host if this was a seeded bracket, but the brackets are not seeded, so we're gonna go with Central. We're gonna keep it consistent all the way. He's asking again in chat, do they need to beat us twice? Yes, they do. So if Steel Army beats you once, it's a bracket reset. We stay in Central. They face off against you again. And it's gonna be another best of 7, effectively. So there you have it. Final matchup of the league campaign done. And we're going to wrap up the stream now. Thank you all very much for joining us. We really appreciate it. I'm glad we had so many people coming in and catching what was an absolutely cinematic performance by Axon Rose as well as Los Verdes. They put up a banger of a matchup to end off this league campaign. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you next week for the SGL Championship Cup final as well as more SGL Premier League action. Take care and have a good night, everyone. Peace.